It's football Friday night here in Metro Detroit. Tonight's game of the week featuring an Oakland County duel. Rochester Adams taking on Clarkston, brought to you by State Champs Game Time Live and presented by Hungry Howies. Both teams are 3-1. You can watch it for free tonight right here streaming on Local 4+. So let's get into the game. Joined now by Anthony Patritto, the head coach for Rochester Adams, and Justin Pintar. He's the football coach for Clarkston. First of all, I'm assuming you guys get some good pizza from Hungry Howies tonight, right?
We will for sure.
Yeah, right. That's not how it works. I wish it was, though. Okay, you guys are both 3-1. Tonight is a big game because we're kind of doing bragging rights at this point in your conference, in your league. Does anything change when you go into a game like this, knowing you've got, what, 4 league games left?
Three league games.
Three
left.
league games, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anything changes, but our goal every year is to try and go in and win the Red. And the OAA Red's got a great history of great football. So we know if we can go win the OAA Red that we're putting ourselves in a pretty good position going into the postseason. So I don't know if anything changes. We just know that it's going to be a great battle.
Right. You were here last week talking about, the same type of thing. When you've got matchups like this, does anything change in preparation? Or is it kind of this, my favorite thing from coach is like, oh, we're just going to play good football. Yeah. And what does that mean, though?
I'll be really honest. When we played Clarkston, for example, you're talking about over 25 years of traditional just battles.
Yeah.
It goes way back, and we have such mad respect for what they've accomplished, and hopefully we're in their respect a little bit. So there is more. I'm not even going to lie about it. Like, this is a huge game for all of our kids. They all know what's at stake, and they know what it means, not only for the conference, but also for our reputation within the county and the state in football.
Right. For you, Coach, trying to contain his quarterback probably is going to be one of your biggest challenges of the night. Is that a discussion? How do you try to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they've had their quarterbacks are always great players.
Right.
Talented kid that can run, can throw the football. We just try to be really sound in what we're trying to execute on the defensive side, right? It's getting kids to try and take care of their responsibility and not try and do too much. I think that's what they're really good at is trying to get you to try and make plays, and then you get out of position, and all of a sudden there's a big gap.
Right.
So
then make mistakes.
just be gap sound and be fundamental in what you're trying to do, and if you execute that, then hopefully you can get them stopped. But if you try to do too much against these guys, they're going to make you pay.
Right. Now, the Bowman brothers have been a good conversation, a good headline all season long. What do those guys bring that, you just don't see on other fields?
Well, it's old school. Like, traditional, they're playing both ways. They're both physical, they're both fast, they're both tough, they're both emotional on the field.
Yeah.
You can just sense it playing against them and coaching against them. So it's kind of great to see that old school grind, those kids that are willing to do whatever coaches ask.
Right.
And that's the sense I get. I don't coach them, but that's the sense I get from them. And when you have guys like that leading your team, you got a chance.
Yeah. It's okay. Same question then. What do you do with guys like that?
Yeah, well, you move them all over the field and you let them be football players. They are. They're just like what he said. I mean, they compete. You never question their work ethic in practice or in games. They just get after people, and they set the tone for us on both sides, on the offensive side and the defensive side of the ball.
What I want to ask both of you, and this parlays into the Lions game on Sunday, is that we've seen much more in terms of leadership from the guys, just being out there and not just being players, but being leaders on their team. When your kids see something like that, does it kind of inspire them realizing that this is really more than football and they can do more with what they're doing out there?
I personally think that's the essence of high school sports, high school football specifically, is an opportunity for those kids during this journey to find their leadership voice within their own personality. And I think football, especially, I guess I'm incredibly biased,
I wonder why.
is unique in that, and to see the growth in the kids and to see them lead, especially when things are going bad.
Yeah.
I take great pride in being part of that, just even witnessing it and living that every day at practice in the locker room. Very lucky to have the job I have to see that happen.
Yeah. I mean, do you spend, Coach, more time on leadership and personalities or on X's and O's?
I think it's both, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you spend time on trying to figure out a game plan, but the leadership piece that you mentioned and what he's talking about, the life lessons that you get from playing football, those are going to carry on these kids forever. And so just trying to teach them how to handle adversity. I mean, it doesn't matter you go back in our history, there's not very many, I think one season they were undefeated, right? So how do you handle defeat? What do you do in those moments? And teaching kids how to handle those things and how to deal with adversity, because that's the real life stuff, right? I mean, at the end, this is just a game, but all of these kids are going to go on. They're going to, hopefully get good careers, good jobs, and become fathers. And you want them to understand that there's life lessons that you can take from football, and hopefully they'll carry those on and instill those in their families.
Right. I always love asking this. As I told you last time, it's funny to ask your Achilles heel, your concern for the night going into it while you're sitting next to each other. But any thoughts going into tonight, like, we really got to make sure we're kind of tweaking on that one?
Yeah, I mean, I think I said it earlier. We just got to be really sound on defense, because they'll expose us if we aren't. And so just being sound, fundamental, guys in the right gaps, aligning to the right formation and stuff.
Yeah.
That's the keys for us on the defensive side of the ball.
Don't give them a hole to run through.
Right. Yeah, and they don't need much. I mean, we saw it last year where there might be this much space and they find a way to get through there. So I think just being really sound in our alignments and our fronts and our fills is what is going to be key.
Gotcha.
Ours is consistency and playing 4 quarters. We haven't played 4 quarters in a game yet this year.
Okay.
So against a team like this, that's not going to be very good for us. So we have to play every down. We have to do our job and make sure that we're consistent for 4 quarters if we're going to have a chance.
You are both powerhouses in your community, so the pressure, the attention, probably nothing new. But I asked the same question last week. But when we add the cameras and the lights and the interviews and all the exposure, does that change anything, at least for the kids, or how do you keep them grounded a little bit more?
I don't know. I mean, I think we've been fortunate to be in this spot a few times, and it maybe eases their concerns a little bit. Like we had the game of the week with Belleville, so they saw some of that week. And so you try and keep them grounded. I think once the ball is snapped, I think
everything else does
forget about it,
right?
and you just play football.
Yeah. All right.
1,000% for sure.
Yeah, well, you said the same thing last week. So, all right, guys, good luck tonight.
Right, thank you.
To both of you.
Thank
I'm
you.
not sure who to cheer for more. All right, game time, 7 o'clock. Of course, you can always watch tonight's matchup. 7, streaming right here on Local 4 Plus and on clickondetroit.com. We have a bit of a programming alert for you. Our regularly scheduled State Champs High School sports show airing Saturdays at 10:30. That's going to be pushed back. NBC is covering the Ryder Cup this weekend. Don't worry, though. You'll still be able to catch the show. It's just going to be Sunday at 11:30 following Meet the Press. We'll be right back.